This week's episode of Facts or Gnaw is brought to you by TheRogueShop.com. If you're in need of high-quality, all-natural herbs and extracts that contribute to a happy, healthy lifestyle, The Rogue Shop is the place for you. With a variety of products that contribute to a healthy sleep, lower stress, and a happy mood, The Rogue Shop has you covered. Visit them at TheRogueShop.com and use code RAPPORT today. Tell them the War Report sent you.
What's up in War Eagle War Report family? It's your guys, the War Report, back with another Facts or Nah. Y'all ready to do this, fellas?
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, let's get it kicked off like this. Facts or Nah, a tight end will lead Auburn in receptions this season. Fellas, what are we thinking?
That's a nah for me. We have a great tight end room. I'm excited about what Shanker adds to this group. I'm excited about guys like Fromm, Luke Deal, Frazier. I can go on and on. We have a lot of guys, but I don't think our leading receiver will come from that room. I think we're going to need some big plays downfield. We need guys who can definitely take the top off of a defense, and I'm not looking for a tight end to be able to do that. I think they will get theirs, though. We actually had a tight end get almost 400 yards of receiving yards last year. So I expect them to be a big part of the offense, but leading receiver, I don't think so. So it's a nah.
Man, this is a tough one. Shanker's so dependable. We've got new wide receivers out there. But I still say, nah, I don't think we want a passing game where we're so predictable that the best receiver, the most frequent receptions are going to come from the tight end position. I think those are going to be block, catch guys, and Shanker may be an exception, but I don't think that's the type of offense Hartson wants to run. I think he wants it wide open where anybody can get it. Maybe the best receiver, the guy who gets the most receptions only gets it by single digits, but I think it will be spread around, and I don't think you want to focus on tight end because that means your passing game is going to be limited and not as vertical as you want. So I'm going to say nah.
I'm going to go nah on this one as well, though I think we will have prolific production from the tight end room. And I guess it depends on if you call Landon King a tight end, whether or not it's going to be possible. But Shanker and Landon King are likely going to be the ones that would be possible from that position. But I do think that a lot of the short passing game, the short outs, and even the deep throws are going to go to wide receivers. I do expect a wide receiver to continue to lead Auburn in receptions this season. We won't have a Kyle Pitts situation for Auburn this year. I'm going to go nah.
All right, fellas. Facts or nah? Auburn basketball adds an additional scorer to its roster from the transfer portal this offseason. What do you guys think about it?
I say facts. If there's anything that Bruce can do with this newfound notoriety for the program and for himself, it is go and get the guy that you need or that you want. He did that last offseason, even as we were worried that we lost Sharif Cooper and Justin Powell, our two ball handling guards, and all he did was go and get like 3 guards. So listen, he's fine. Other people at other schools can see what Bruce has done, and I believe we will be able to not necessarily have our pick because there are a few good programs that need guards, but I don't think we will go wanting. And if there's anything that we know we need coming off of last season, it is some quality scoring from the guard position. I say facts. Bruce gets it.
I'm going to go facts on this for sure because it's absolutely necessary. If you heard Bruce Pearl talk about what he felt like happened with the offense in the tournament, then you know he knows we need scoring. We need people who can fill it up, man. And it's going to happen from the transfer portal. I don't see some miraculous jump happening from any of the guys that were on the roster last year. And I don't know enough about what could potentially be for the freshmen that are coming in. So I do think it's necessity that another scorer comes in and gives us some stability while we figure out what those freshmen can contribute. I think Bruce Pearl is on the same page with that. So I'm going to go facts.
I'm going to go clean sweep here and say facts as well, guys. This is not going to be the same Auburn team as last year. Walker Kessler is gone. And while we still have guys who can defend the perimeter and Zep Jasper, we need scorers on this team. We're going to have to score with some guys this time. We can't keep these teams in the 50s and 60s. We got to go get buckets. Bruce is aware of that, and Bruce has done a really good job of recruiting and filling needs. giving Auburn the exposure it needs to guys who want to come here, be productive, and even aspire to go to the next level in the NBA. This is a place to do that. Bruce can fill those needs. I'm going facts here.
All right, fellas, facts or not? Auburn gets at least one more offensive lineman from the transfer portal before we start fall camp. What do we think?
I feel like it's necessary that we do get some more depth at offensive line. I know we had a lot of guys that were potential starters that were hurt, but it's not as if that offensive line was amazing last year, right? Like, I do believe that they can get better with another year of tutelage in this system, but I do think that we need some more quality depth because I was not super impressed with what we trotted out there as our depth going this time around. So I think it's going to be necessary to go get one or two more offensive linemen to come in and compete, and hopefully we can bolster what has been a very shaky run blocking attempt from that unit. So I'm going to go facts on this.
I'm going to go facts here begrudgingly as well. I'm not sure how many O linemen are out there in the portal that Auburn is looking at, but we do need some because it's not like that unit has really been healthy over the past several years. And when a guy goes down, we have suffered for it. So, yeah, we need guys. We need bodies. We need some depth. And even with the guys who are out, I'm just curious what kind of shape they're going to be in even in the fall, which makes me really leery about what we have currently. Yes, Auburn needs to go out and grab an offensive lineman from the portal. Somebody, anybody, please. Facts.
I'm going to disagree and say nah. And the reason is because I still don't think we are a golden destination for offensive line talent. That's what it is more than anything. There have been a couple of transfer portal additions from some notable places. I think there was a 2021 five-star signee that actually jumped into the portal from Georgia who didn't play last year. That's a big get, but why would he come here? I mean, we haven't played well on offensive line. We're not putting offensive linemen in the league. That stuff matters. That's why we can get great running backs and cornerbacks, because they see them being productive here, and we are putting them in the league. Is that happening at offensive line? It is not, and that's why I question if we can get that talent. Besides that, I do think we probably added some depth just with the redshirt freshman guys that will be playing and in the rotation this year. So it's not like the cupboard is completely bare. One more year with the same coach in the same system and having their bodies be retooled a little bit, I do think that will probably be a benefit. It's not that I don't think we need it. I think they're rolling the dice with what they've got in-house and saying our development, our players, our coaches, we're going to be better. So I'm going to say nah.
All right, you know what time it is? It is the RogueShop.com fan question of the week. And this week's fan question comes from our guy @_Mason Jar. And he asks, facts or nah? Jarquez Hunter leads Auburn in rushing after the first 3 games of this season. Fellas, what are we thinking about this one?
I'm going to go nah here. I think it's possible he could lead Auburn in rushing the first 2 games. Game 3 against Penn State at home, it's the Tank Bigsby show. And that's who Auburn's going to be leaning on to be a part of its offense, whether it's passing, rushing. They're going to try to get the ball in his hands early and often in that game. They want that to be a breakout game for him. We're just glad this guy came back this season for Auburn. We're going to reward him by feeding him the rock often. I'm going nah on here. I think Jarquez Hunter is productive, but when we need a production, it's the Tank show.
Yeah, I'm going to say nah as well. And not just because Tank will be the primary carrier, he will be, but also because we've got more than 2 guys who can run in between the tackles. And I think that's a lot different than having a freshman Jarquez and Shivers, who's not really a toting guy. He was great out of the backfield, catching the ball, great on some quick stuff. But now we've got what looks like Sean Jackson as a third back who can run in between the tackles. And Jordan Ingram looked good to me in A-Day. Those first 2 games, I expect all those guys to get a bunch of reps, and I expect them to rack up some yards. And I'm not sure that Jarquez Hunter will be the sole offset of Tank Bigsby like he was early last year. So I think it gets spread around, and it won't be Jarquez leading. So, nah.
I'm actually going to go facts on this one, just because it's my sincere hope here that the first 2 games Tank doesn't even need to see the field a lot. Like, we have him in there early. He's splitting time with Jarquez, who I'm hoping comes back healthy from his injury. And then, let Jarquez be the lead rusher, and then, Sean Jackson and Jordan Ingram. I just don't like, if he plays more than the first half of these games, I feel like we're going to have some issues offensively. Just let's keep Tank fresh, and then he gets to shine in the third game, but let Jarquez Hunter eat the first 2 games. And then whatever he gets in the third game, I think will put him in a position to have more yards per game, maybe even more total yards in those first 3 games. It's still going to be the Tank Bigsby show this season, but hopefully those first 2 games, he just gets a couple of early big runs and then he sits down, right? That's my hope. We'll see how that plays out, but I'm going to go facts, Jarquez Hunter leading rusher through 3 games next season. All right, that's it for another great edition of Facts or Nah, brought to you by RogueShop.com. Make sure you go check them out for all of your herbal supplement needs. But besides that, we want to continue to hear from you. We need y'all to hit us up. Hashtag Facts or Nah on all social media, and let us know what y'all want to have us answer here on the next edition of Facts or Nah. And you know where you need to hit us up on social media? That is at The War Report. We are that on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are TW Report on TikTok. That's it, man. We're signing off until the next time. As always, War.